Alright, and we are good to go. And finally, kind of again, after the quite busy weekend, back on schedule, and of course slightly late also, as Steam didn't really want to start up. Like, first it updates, then it just doesn't want to cooperate, and now it works and even the game appeared. So let's get started and play a couple of chapters first, and then we are going to see what we get with the Ice Age booster pack. Interesting to see, considering how long it has been since have opened any of that. Used to buy Homelands once when they were especially very low cost at first, and tried to always get Baron Sengir opened like what 10 to 15 and never got one. So let's then move towards the game here and see. We were at the Eldritch Moon and the second chapter, so let's get going and go there. So it has kind of clearly somewhat Eldrazi enhanced or whatever canine. The necromancer Liliana Vessi is as intruder shatter the placid calm of her manner. The invading werewolves should know better than to dare fight their way onto the powerful mage's premises. But these werewolves are different, unnaturally reckless, stronger, and hideously deformed, as we saw also as noted. Like, yeah, maybe mildly Eldrazi affected. Liliana quietly promises swift vengeance upon whatever has brought them here. Alright, clearly horrors. Alright, and we probably as Liliana get quite black deck, which is very much true. Alright, we have land. We have something that drops for 1. And we do have further cards to play, so let's try with these. Looks like a fair enough starting hand. Play land. Alright, you can also use this so that you pay 1 and black, tap and discard a card. 2/2 zombie creature. You can also use this to draw cards. Quite versatile actually. Not bad. Alright, there we go. We do have a creature out. See, they at least are red and green this far. Alright, normal wolf gains from each similarly named card. Alright. Not like anything especially problematic. Hello there. No, Kisu, we just started. It's like in half an hour or 45 minutes, because it's supposed to be the intermission. We are probably opening one tonight and one next Monday, so hello there, Kamu, Kisu, Ragabash. Wow, we do have pretty good attendance right from the beginning, so welcome every fur. Indeed, as noted in the beginning, started a bit late because Steam was really unwilling to start up. Like, first it just got stuck in the login screen, then it updated, then it just didn't start, and finally Steam even agreed to start up, so started only a bit ago. So we are first playing for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and then open one and see what we get. So again, welcome every fur, and let's play. So let's see. more land at least. And then the next creatures we have are like not bad, but it's 4 CMC, so not immediately yet, and even more expensive. This is actually within cost, but it's useful only if you have creatures in graveyard, so not exactly yet. You can discard a card to put more creatures out. Actually, currently that might be a thing. We have 2, so we can actually even discard. This is kind of expensive, so let's discard that for now, and we can actually return it from the graveyard later. So in that sense, that's strategically actually quite nice, as we can generate creatures and later return it from the graveyard. So in that sense, that's actually quite viable. Alright, more Timberback Wolves, not very good because they also get stronger when you play more. Going to block, at least yet. Alright. Guessing Prowler, and it's like always a werewolf. You can even transform it, but it costs 4 and green, so it's not like immediately going to happen. A lot of creatures out. Kind of wondering what is the other side of this. Alright, that's quite Eldritch, yes. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. 4/4. Not totally sure want to leave that out. So let's get rid of that while we still can. At least it won't transform. Just a 3/3 blocker, so it's kind of not necessarily useful to attack with the 2/2 for now. Let's block one of those, as we can generate more tokens and play more powerful creatures in a bit, so alright. Conduit of Storms. Alright, it generates 1 red when it attacks, and does it transform to... Alright, that also looks quite Eldritch. Alright, 5/4 adds 2 uncolored each time it attacks. These are pretty angry things, certainly. Transformation wise also, like 5/4, yes. Alright, now we can play the rather more stronger, like 2/4s at least, so getting a bit more. probably going to skip attack for now. Mildly of the opinion that this doesn't necessarily go very well. This can of course block for free. Even the 3/3, so it's better to actually block one of the 3/3 and still take 5 and see if we can generate a token next turn. Right, transforms, so that will be nice. 5/4 before the combat damage step, so yes, very strong hand for the opponent, to say the least. That didn't go very well. Alright, puts cards in the graveyard and flies. Yes, then we have more of these. Unfortunately, it was the thing that died. Let's see how far we get. Probably not very far this time. So we could do this and get the bigger, like the unusual mob mechanic card back from graveyard, or play another creature, which again we have 6 left, so it's kind of borderline. Okay, the flyer is not going to help much, so let's play another creature and try to block again. Kind of not totally useful. Attack with everything, generate 2 colorless. Let's do this way, so we at least get, unless they play effects, we get the bonus here and stay alive 1 turn, because this dies, this gets bonus. Yep, at least that worked as intended, but now can anyway survive only 1 turn. Unless something useful happens. Alright, that also returns cards from graveyard. And we still can't use this, which would be useful, as it would also destroy a creature. So it's kind of, what would you like to play? That's at least a blocker, still not enough though. We simply do not have enough resources to play more blockers, so it's quite much what it is. Return that to hand, but and then there isn't much else we can do. We can only block 2, and there was no way to get more creatures out, so whichever way we block, we are bound to lose. So let's block that way and we get rid of this, so would be able to continue getting that stronger. But this game really didn't go too well, got too few land and not very good compared to the opponent, who had a lot go very well. So play again. Alright, we have been playing about 15 minutes, so let's keep going still here. And try again. That was very lucky, what the opponent would say. Alright, we have 2 lands, still have 1 drop, also have 2 drop. Pretty good collection of cards, so let's try with that. We need to draw more land pretty quickly, but let's hope for the best. And they only got land out, the other land out, and get rancid rats. Usually do not imagine rats as very fresh in any case. Can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Death touch. Alright. That's actually quite alright, because it can't be blocked by anything big. So usually the rats just keep nibbling. And now we even can attack. There isn't much out. There we go. Alright, defender unless transformed. Quite expensive to transform. 5 and 2 green. Let's see what it transforms to. Alright, abomination. Also acts as a mana dog and 4/6. So alright. That would be nice to get rid of, but we'll see. It's 1/2, so alright, 1/3, and puts 2 top cards in the graveyard. That's pretty much what we can play, as we didn't draw more land. Alright, not really using attacking, as they do have the 1/2 blocker, so we're getting rid of the 1/1s without much use. So let's keep them for now and see if they start attacking. We can block with the 1/3 each time. Alright, another one. Of course not much of a threat yet, because they can't transform them with these resources. Alright, and Timberback Wolf, which it doesn't yet grow, as there's only 1 of them. Alright, we drew land now, so we can put out the flyer, or we could do murder, but it's not really useful to use that yet, so let's go out with the flyer. Alright, we could draw a card with that effect, but not really that much yet in need of more options. Alright, next turn it will be useful to attack with the flyer, so let's keep from attacking and see if we can block. Right, this we already checked out. And more land, fortunately. Now we can put out another creature still. And now we can attack in any case with the flyer. Right. At least the flyer is attacking. And going to actually also... yeah, because these have skulks, so they are actually pretty useful to attack with us. They can only be blocked by those with one power, so there are two and they are these, so actually we can get rid of one of the transforming creatures if they block, as the rats have death touch. Let's see what happens. Right, they took through, so a bit ahead at least. And finish. Right, they did transform there. Attacking only with the 4/4. Not really that interested in discard card effects, so we could block and we have a creature die, so we start growing these. Probably most useful at this time. And we can immediately do cemetery recruitment, so actually that's also one possibility. We could murder, but unsure if want to. We could get rid of the 4/4. They can make more, so it's kind of... We can now block 4/4 with that, so... For now, not going to use the murder yet, but rather go for this. And let's see, we have two grip breakers, which we know pretty well, so they generate the 2/2s. Then we do have this, which forces both to sacrifice a creature. That's actually pretty nice, as we get bonus a bit from sacrificing a creature, and they also have to lose something. So let's get that into hand. And we got to draw a card because it was a zombie, another flyer, so that will be nice in the future. Let's again attack with the flyer. And also go out trolling with the rats. We still have life pretty well, so we can take some damage. Right, they still took it through, so and transform that, so starting to be mildly an issue. Enchant creature. Right. Also generates a wolf. 6/6. Yep. Only the 6/6 comes out, so let's block with the 1/3. Not really. Because we are again then growing these Alright, Tangle Claw Werewolf can block an additional creature. Transforms, alright, and what does it then become? Fibros Entangler, alright, that's pretty intense. Vigilance, Fibros Entangler must be blocked if able. Can block an additional creature each combat, 4/6, alright. Right, that destroys a creature and also gives a creature into hand, unlike murder. As it would be nice to have more creatures. Let's start rather with these, so they lose a creature, and of course we are shooting at the 6/6 because it's the worst problem, and we maybe that kind of destroys our library slowly, but this in turn makes us discard cards, so we take the Wailing Goal again. Flyer certainly attacks. Now leaving the rat out, so we can block maybe a 4/6, for example, with the rats and do the death touch, which of course somewhat makes one less willing to attack bigger things, as the death touch will be waiting. Alright, they didn't attack Tyrant's Whelp. Menace can be blocked except by 2 or more, but it's only 2/1. So the main issue is that it requires more blockers. Right, now we have more choices again. So we could increase the board state a lot by playing both the Wailing Goal and the Flyer. Then this would force both to sacrifice a creature, which is not necessarily the best situation. So let's keep getting more creatures out ourselves for now and see if we can anyway attack with the Flyers, so it's mostly a waiting game. We need to not first run out of cards or run out of life before they run out. So it's certainly doable. Alright, and again transformed. Alright, they left the 4/6s out of that attack, so not going to waste the rats there. And they have all the resources still available, so going to only get rid of the maybe the 2/2 here, as we can once the transform, that doesn't transform, that would, and that in turn is mostly limitations to blocking. We can take some damage, so let's block that, so we remove the token. from the game. The flyer we are keeping. This can take 3 damage. And that doesn't transform either, so let's block that and we save more. They can still transform these, but we can take the damage. We are saving the rats for the big things. Yeah, they are in turn transforming that, so did extra damage, but still not a major problem. Right, more rancid rats. That's actually very nice, as it gives us more capability to block the big things so that they go out. Then we could force them to sacrifice one creature, but we know it would most probably be the Timberback Wolf, because that's not big and it doesn't transform, so now we do take 4 each turn. We could also murder one of the 4 6s. By now that would be useful, kind of provide some. That's kind of an issue because it's special with the blocking rules, so let's shoot the Viper's Entangler with murder. There we go. And the Monday was pretty nice at work. Got home a bit late, so mostly just ate and went to sauna, and then pretty much after a while already started this one's got the game running, so not too bad. What about your Monday, Kamu? Right, let's continue. So we want to attack with the both flyers, and otherwise they have the 4 6s as blockers, so it's kind of not useful to attack with anything else. So they take 4 and they have at most 2 turns, which is not, at this rate, it's not enough. Both 4 6s, so let's see. We are getting this bigger if the rats die, and it reduces creatures from them, so let's block with the rats and now make use of the death touch. There we go, and this grows quite a bit. 6-8, nice. Alright. We are not totally in need of blockers, and we can also force them to sacrifice a creature by putting this out, so let's go that way. So we sacrifice that and again mill some, but we have cards to go. They could block the 7-9 with this, so not going to attack with it. Or actually it doesn't matter, as we can get rid of that either way, so let's attack with all 3 and see what happens. They have no cards in hand, so the mana won't do them much good. Alright, they block, and have 1 life remaining, so alright, the range 12. It's not going to do much. Right, craft harvest. Zombies you control have menace. Alright, that's nice. And then we have the grave digger. Let's play craft harvest out so we have menace and then they can't actually really block much anything. And then we can really move to attack and attack with everything. They have 1 left, so we are winning. Good. We won this one. Outside of her manor, Liliana spies Emrakul drifting slowly towards the town of Traben, madness whirling in the Titan's wake. Liliana resolutely raises an army of zombies to match with her. Somehow, neither sounds like a good thing. She will not allow this offense to go unpunished. It's like, yes, would you rather have Liliana with a zombie army or Emrakul? It's kind of like both worse. Sounds like. Alright, normal work Monday. Oh yeah, the news have been kind of not necessarily the best ones. In a different sense now. Yeah, exactly. Relaxing 2 years. That would be quite nice. Alright, we won. We won that round and we are pretty much halfway in, so let's see. We do have 2 packs and going to open 1 this time, so maybe open the one with the nice ice worm on it the first, so we do have one with the nice ice worm on it actually, so let's go for this and see what we get. Dragon and the wolf. Actually both are dragons. One has a dragon and other has the worm. So it's kind of like you have different reptiles only actually. Alright, let's try hard to get it open. Alright. There we go. And let's see what we are getting with the first one. Going to nicely spread them out first so can handle them with the paws to show them. Right. First we do get disenchant, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Quite would say basic. Not bad. It's a nice graphic also. Then we do get Barbed Sextant, sacrifice Barbed Sextant to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Alright, old mana source artifact. Costs only 1 though, so you're practically adding color by sacrificing it. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. Kind of classical one also. Fyndhorn Brownie. Untap target creature. Alright, it actually, in some cases this is pretty useful. Not bad either. Let's try to show the card a little better. It's like the paws, of course, are quite large, so not very easy to show. Alright, this way we get a bit more light on the card. Alright, that's also not like special, but quite nice. Stone Rain, classical land destruction. Destroy target land. This we all know. And it has the classical graphic. Ah, yeah. Thank you for the reminder. That helps a lot. Yeah, the classical Stone Rain graphic. Alright, let's continue. These are the old ones, so these actually do have 15 cards even. Enervate, tap target artifact, creature or land. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Alright. Also very nice graphic. So not bad. They are different, at least in the sense that they have the advertisement card and the card distribution is different. The really old ones had less cards, to think, if remember correctly. Rally. All blocking creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn. Very nice graphic also. Do not think ever saw this actually in the period. Right, Circle of Protection, red, pretty well known also. Hard to get so that it wouldn't reflect due to the extra illumination, but it's the usual Circle of Protection. Gorilla Pack. Yes, this is quite also familiar. Practically forest home before the term came out. It has plenty of gorillas. Cloak of Confusion. do remember got this in the period actually also. Causes a card discard, so you can give an aura in modern terms that causes card discard. And it has very nice graphic also, very stylish. Alright, now we get different shadows with the paws, but yes, the graphic is very nice on this one also. Incinerate, very classical burn. This is probably familiar to pretty much all, and it has very showy graphic with burning things. Goblin Ski Patrol. Alright, at least the name is nice. Some skiing. Unsure if would go skiing with the goblins. I haven't actually seen this. Let's see what the rules says. Flying. You pay one and red flying +2/+0 at the end of turn. Bury Goblin Ski Patrol. Use this ability only once and only if you control any snow-covered mountains. So yeah, they can go skiing very clearly. That's actually quite funny mechanic. The Goblin Ski Patrol can attack once from a snow-covered mountain, jumping. But then is of course destroyed, as goblins do not usually land very softly. Yeah, many cards in this set are specialized for the snowlands. Like there's Legions of Limb Duel that has the snow-covered swamp walk, so you actually have specialized swamp walk only for the snow-covered swamps. Very useful. Blinking Spirit, which is not very useful because it has a mechanic that you can pay to return it to owner's hand, so it's kind of not the best proposition ever. Like you can pay to return it. Yeah, it fits pretty well. That was the funniest card this far, the Goblin Ski Patrol. Certainly going to play it at some time. It's a fun card. Not very effective, but plenty fun. Anarchy. Faintly remember this was actually somewhat useful. Yep, destroy all white permanents. And it has very stylish graphic. Let's see if can show that well. Yep. Yeah, the goblins are kind of, some have really a liking for them. This has really stylish graphic also and destroys all white things pretty much, so this is actually a somewhat powerful card. So we actually got one Stone Rain and one Anarchy. That's pretty nice already. Walking Wall. Alright, don't think I've seen this. Let's see. Yeah, the graphics in Anarchy are really nice. Walking Wall counts as a wall. 3. Walking Wall can... Alright, it's 06, pretty strong wall. Pay 3. Walking Wall gets +3/-1 until end of turn and can attack this turn. Walking Wall cannot attack the turn it comes under your control. So unsurprisingly, use this ability only once a turn. The fortress is not what it seems. Good flavor text. Yeah, actually that's not a bad card either. It's pretty strong defender, and you can make it move now and then. So it's not a bad card. And then we do have Forgotten Lore. Target opponent chooses target card from your graveyard. You may pay 1 green to have that opponent choose a new target that he or she has not already chosen. Put the last target card in your hand. So you can practically kind of play about getting certain card from your graveyard by spending more mana. Also haven't seen this one from the set before. Interesting cards. And we did get 1 Stone Rain, 1 Anarchy, and of course the Goblin Ski Patrol. So actually it was a pretty fun booster overall to go through. So yes, thank you Camu, and raise a paw to that. That was actually very fun going through it, and we have one also for next week. So let's then consider returning to the game for at least one more of the missions. It's also interesting how Twitch seems to currently think that this one has only 1 viewer, and checking the list I can see that there's at least Kisu, Luna, Rakabas and Camu watching, so clearly it can't be only 1. The viewer count is very interesting thing. But yes, let's play another chapter at least. Bouncy Kisu. Yay. Alright, let's move back to the game and play at least 1 chapter more, and apologies for going through the first 3 cards without making the image larger. Fortunately we didn't miss much. And let's go for next chapter here. Alright, it shows 2 planeswalkers, so probably it has somebody coming along to help. Looks like Chandra. Emrakul drifts into Traben, her passage through Innistrad, leaving life warped and mutated in her wake. I'm unsure if would consider Emrakul her, but whatever. It's like, do Eldritch horrors have a gender? Thousands of warped cultists. Between these transformed horrors and titans stand the Gatewatch, who have arrived at Traben's entrance, so we have all of Gatewatch even joining again. Wouldn't want to be Gatewatch, like, it's very... Alright, you are the Eldrazi. That's more interesting certainly. That's more interesting certainly, for a chance, like we got also to play the demon earlier, because this at least breaks up a bit the pattern that we always would have to play the good guys. So actually that's a fun change of pace that we are the Eldrazi. So that's actually pretty nice take on it, that we sometimes also play like we played the demon earlier on in the quest mode. So let's see, we have land, we have a lot of land even, we do have 2 duels, and we do have pretty low drop creature that can transform. If we have also Midnight Scavengers, they meld into Chittering Host, alright. And we do have some of the other, and we also have Murder, so let's try with this. We at least certainly have enough land, hopefully we draw more spell. Alright, and immediately these are Banshee boys and play a foil dual, but it's one of the slower ones, so We could also play a duel to start with, but as we can't drop anything the first turn, it's pretty much the same to play next turn and get faster as we now control Swamp. Glory Seeker, pretty basic, but it's 2-2, so pretty good body for 1-1 and white. But nothing special in that respect. Right, now we get to also drop the craft rats. So we also have a creature, but for now we'll see. No attack. Right. Regat and Firecat. It's very strong, like 4, but only 1. But it looks nice. A Firecat always, of course. Good. And we play the duel, and now we also get Primal Druid. That's pretty much only a blocker because it's only 03. Then we do have the... This can be transformed, but not yet. Foul Emissary. Four cards, can take a creature card and reveal it. Right, that can create a horror token. Let's put that out and see what it helps us with. Eat of the Horrid Swarm. Alright, that's clearly a pretty strong creature to take. It costs 8 though, but... Alright, it can also use sacrifice mechanic. Then we have more Primal Druids. Certainly taking that, though it's expensive. It's pretty nice to have it already like prepared. Attack step. They have both 4-1 and 2-2 out, certainly not going to attack. Still not attacking either. Land. And now we can actually cast this because we can reduce the cost enough. Abundant more. Right. That's also a pretty strong to go for. It doesn't fly. Let's go for this. Can we actually pay the immerse cost? Yes, and we sacrifice that. And they lose 3 life immediately with the more. And that was very useful with Lord, although I did it because now it's the Foul Emissary also generated an Eldrazi horror. Now we could attack, not going to attack. Now we have pretty good gallery of blockers, like 6-4. Alright, Firehound, Trample. Gets counters for instants and sorceries. More land, please. Now we could play it of the Horrid Swarm, but for now more interested in murdering the Firehound, because that will grow, unlike the Firecat is pretty soft. And then we can cast the Ulvenwald Captive to wait to be transformed, or cast the Primal Druid, which is pretty good as a blocker. So we have the Primal Druid waiting. And there's the Fire Cut out, so not going to attack with that as it can't take the 4. And we can block the Fire Cat with any of those, so not attacking yet. Alright, Knights of the Pilgrim Road. More land. And what did this do? 2/1/1 green insect creature tokens. We can also block with those, but we still need to get rid of the Fire Cat as a blocker, so let's go the way that we murder the Fire Cat, so they are a bit more out of blockers, then play that out to wait to be transformed, and then we have the It of the Horrid Swamp waiting for next turn. And now we can attack with some of these, as they can take the could be blocked with both still, but then they would lose all creatures, so let's attack with both of these and see what happens. Yep, was blocked with both, so 6 damage, they lose everything and take 3, so that's not a bad trade. When they are so far behind in board state now, so it's like we just play Hit of the Horrid Swarm next and we are doing pretty well. Fatebearer Paladin, 3/4 lifelink. Alright, let's see if we can keep the lifelink out of the play mostly. Decimator of the Provinces, that sounds also quite worrying. It looks also quite worrying, like weak with several snouts or something. When you cast Decimator of the Provinces, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. Trample, hey, 7/7. Alright, that is kind of, one might say, a little bit acidic. It would be of course even more useful to cast this first, as we have more creatures out, and then get everything boosted with that. So we can't quite pay 8, so let's emerge and sacrifice the Primal Druid as and we use the ability, so we get also a basic land, which is pretty nice, and we get the 1/1 tokens, and then we could attack. There's the Paladin out, so not attacking now. Another one, alright. Now we could also transform this let's see, 4-6, right. Or we could cast this, and rather tempted to cast the Decimator of the Provinces. And we haven't been seeing things to make that the Chittering Host, so let's sacrifice that. And let's attack with pretty much everything. They have the 2 paladins, but we are going to do enough damage that even if they get the 6 life back, they will also take a lot. Yes, down to 2, so cast the Prowler and to transform it, but let's murder one of the paladins, so there's not much left to turn blockers. And attack with all, as even if they block one with the paladin, they will maximum get 3 life back, and they are taking more damage, so this should be winnable right now, if calculated right. Yes, that was what expected, and won. Eldrazi wins against the Gatewatch. Let's see what happens next in the plot. With a growing sense of horror, the Planeswalkers realize Force alone is unable to match the Horde's transformed villagers. Chase's ability to shield the minds of the others from encroaching madness is starting to falter. Soon the Gatewatch is overrun, and still they haven't located Emrakul herself. All seems lost. At least the Gatewatch wasn't doing very well. Then we have the next 2 chapters left, and I think we are pretty much at 1.5 hours. Not quite, so let's move to the next chapter. Alright, what's your all-time favorite MTG card? Whatever you own it or not. Alright, what might that be? Thinking about it right now, like there are several that would say that at least one that comes to mind in terms of how it is very elegant and requires thought to use right, and is very stylish card, very early one. Candelabrum of Tavnos. Pay X, tap X, untap X lands, which it was for a long time banned due to what you can do with it if you plan well. It's very subtle, it's a stylish, good-looking card, and it has some history to it. So I would say that actually all-time favorite is Candelabrum of Tavnos. It's very stylish card overall. That's at least one immediate choice for a very strong favorite. Alright, let's play the next chapter still, as we have a bit of time to the usual 1.5 hours or so. Yeah, natural selection is a classic art-wise. Certainly. Alright, next chapter, please. We have been winning pretty nicely tonight also. Desperate for assistance, the Gatewatch attempts to contact Odric, the head of the town's council, but the townspeople have devolved into a frenzied mob. Many have unexpectedly transformed into Eldrazi monsters. That doesn't somehow sound unexpected. Odric tries to lead, but the lines between friend and foe have blurred. Amidst the chaos of battle, help arrives, batting violet light and leading an oncoming tide of undead. Yes, Liliana arrives like with the zombie army. Still a kind of unsure whether either of these is a good thing. Alright, now we fight the Traben mob. Apparently the gate was recovered fast and we have only one landing when it's a slow one. So, no. New cards please. Right, now we have land. And even 2 planeswalkers, and this isn't even a creature. This isn't a creature. We have only like 2 planeswalkers, which even this we can't cast because we have no black. New cards please. Really bad cards. Alright, again 3 lands. And a creature that requires black. And an effect that requires black. And called Gatewatch, which gives us a planeswalker. No! You cards again, please. Alright, now we at least have black. And we have land. And we even have a creature that we can drop on turn 2. And we have a fire. This is the best hand, though we had to mulligan down a couple of times. Keep. And play. We anyway lose a turn, so we can as well play the Forsaken Sanctuary. We would have no 1-drop in place. Alright, and we get a creature out. The effect tap target non-human creature is actually pretty useful as long as we get like Eldrazi and not humans to oppose us. Alright, and we get also the flyer out. Not looking too bad as long as we draw more spells. So now we can even attack with the 1-2. Right. More land. Choking restraints. Sounds promising. Enchant creature can't attack or block. And it can even be exiled, and let's see the flyer gets that. Yes. Very useful creature now. More land. Journey to nowhere. Exile target creature. Not very useful yet, so we again get to attack only with the priest. Oh well. This is really useful now here with the choking restraint. Right. At least we can answer like by sending their creature to the journey to nowhere later. Shard of Broken Glass. Equipment. Looks like really fancy weapon. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may put top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Like also throw your cards away. Interesting equipment. At least you don't have to throw your cards away. Extricator of Sin. You may sacrifice another permanent. If you do, put 3/2 colorless Eldrazi horror creature token. Delirium, alright. 4 or more card types in the graveyard and it transforms into Extricator of Flesh. That sounds even more effective. Eldrazi you control have Vigilance, ouch. Sacrifice non-Eldrazi creature. Alright, this is strong. Do you think the Extricator of Sin might be taking a journey to nowhere very soon? Ah yeah, that's only sorcery speed, so we couldn't get rid of it anyway that fast. All things considered, it's certainly taking a journey to nowhere. We still have the Eldrazi horror to deal with, but at least that's only one card. And we can tap it, but not now. And we are not going to attack. That wasn't really what was planning. We are going to tap it a bit later, namely at the beginning of their turn. So it can't attack. Stern Constable, discard card, tap target creature. Alright, so now they can also tap things. Stern Constable, give a break. Alright, another Extricator of Sin. Really. At least they are getting really good draws. Alright, and what does the Planeswalker do? Gideon, +1 until end of turn. Gideon becomes 5/5 human soldier ally creature with indestructible. That's still a Planeswalker. Alright, so actually they get bonus from being a creature. And creates White Knight ally creatures for 3. And for -4 you get emblem. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Gideon is pretty nice, actually. So we could do the +1, but it's kind of would be more useful on the opponent's turn, because then they can be a blocker. We can play that ability on opponent's turn. Do you think actually Planeswalkers can't be activated? Alright, and now we do have... They can even keep flying to that thing. Right. Everything attacks Gideon. Not good. We actually can't keep Gideon on the table even. Not going to bother blocking because we can't get to keep Gideon on the table anyway. Oh well. Land. Not much use keeping that in hand. That thing flies, so it's well restrained. Not very, currently kind of, not very good board state compared to the other type. Let's see where this goes. Alright, good night, Camu. Thanks for joining once again. Sleep well and see you next stream. Alright, let's then continue a bit more, probably losing here, and then finish for tonight. Alright, and now we have like 2 blockers. And we can't really, we can like block with this and get rid of one of these. Kind of not the best trade-off, but we have to do something to not expire altogether. Alright, and what they are exiling. Exile that, so they get the other extricator of Sin back. Exile the Journey to Nowhere. Oh well. Grip Spoon. Alright, a Swan Griffin. Enchant creature. +1/+0 has flying. Kind of questionable utility, as we do not really have a good creature to give that to. Doesn't cost much, so let's do that anyway. Like, yeah, flies, 2/2. So we can attack with it, that's pretty much it, because using it as a blocker is a death wish, so let's attack with it. Fly with the Swan Griffin. This do not think we are going to win yet tonight, but let's keep going. Would at least need very nice draws very soon. Transformed. Yes. That should be not quite enough. Yes, Field Creeper. Alright, so we have 1 turn, let's see what we draw. Read the bones. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. Yes, let's go with Scry the bones. Alright, let's put the flyer on top of the library and lose 2 life. It wasn't a cost, so we can cast that so that we put ourselves out with the scrying. Good. And that concludes tonight's stream with almost 1.5 hours of playing. Let's see who we can raid. Alright, let's see. Yuna is playing God of War. Cedric is doing art. Blink is playing Elden Ring. Not very many out, so let's raid Yuna, because it always pays off in terms of look at those paws. So pretty much of the ones online do prefer him currently. So let's then properly finish here. So thank you all for joining tonight and also opening the Ice Age booster pack with Spectra, and there might be a stream tomorrow. We'll see in terms of how awake will be after Olga meetings and such, and then we will at least return with Darkest Dungeon on Thursday, so always welcome. Thank you for joining, Kisu, and let's go and raid Yuna. There we go. And thank you all for joining, and good night. And do now notice that we also have a new follower, so going to mention at the end that thank you for the follow, Arco Knoll, of course, like a knoll, a bit of yen for your day, so thank you and good night. See you hopefully soon.